So about 8 years ago, we moved in. The house is super compartmentalized, old 110-year-old house. And we knew that we wanted to do something with it. We knew that we wanted to empty a wall out or open a wall up, make some space. But we didn't know how we'd do that without losing a lot of valuable storage.
The extent of the construction here was pretty elaborate. So the kitchen is small and mighty, I would say, but it was even smaller before. So we removed this wall.
We had a neighbor who was doing her second kitchen renovation. She moved, she had her first kitchen renovation that Karr Bick did. She moved and then went through Karr Bick again. And for me it was about the time I was getting bids from different people, and that really spoke to me because everyone can have a good experience once, but then to go back to the same company a second time was like, okay, this is our front runner, and this is probably gonna be who we go with.
And then Janelle designed in these really cool pantries to kind of frame the opening. And then there was a closet and a pantry that they pushed back to create more volume in the kitchen. And that's where the refrigerator and microwave area go.
I met Janelle by chance. It was wonderful. And it was great just getting to say all of our ideas that we had, and then she actually kind of made them work, because I didn't know, was Karr Bick going to be super traditional, super modern, and they'll be whatever. So it was interesting as we spoke on what we wanted. She's like, is this kind of what you meant, and this and this? And then we took all of the different ideas and bits and pieces of all of them, and it was just totally us.
And it turned out beautifully, and it is a great example of mixing materials, higher end materials with medium grade materials, and then excellent craftsmanship makes it all look expensive.
It went really well. We really became attached to our contractor and the people who would be here working. We felt like he should become an honorary family member, Uncle Paul. We didn't call him that to his face, but that is what we called him behind the scenes. Clean and courteous and trustworthy. You know, I was around a lot if there were questions, but I didn't need to be. I could definitely run errands, be gone all day, and just know that if there was a question, they would touch base, and it was totally worth it. Even our teenage kids have said, this was actually worth it. This was actually cool that we did that. And we're like, oh, good. High praises from teenagers. So it was great.
There's always a story about our guys. In the last one, it was the little kids called the guys, her guys. They were her guys that showed up every day, and her guys had a room. That was their room that they worked in. Yeah, and here we have Uncle Paul.
I just love that it was all in-house, and it was really just so easy, rather than having two different people talking to each other, two different companies, or even there have been situations where someone will draw up the plans, but it's like, well, they didn't do the plans right, or they didn't do this right, and the back and forth, and you're like, well, both people are doing things right. It's just, we need to work this out. And so it kind of took that element out, because everyone knew each other, and it was just a quick conversation or phone call. As plans were looked at, if you needed to touch base with Janelle and say, hey, is this what we meant by this? And then she could pop over in no time and be like, yep, that's exactly what we meant by that. Or it just made it really easy, the communication. And
I think it's always easier for the client when we're doing the construction. And I'm not gonna lie, our guys are pretty cool to hang out with. I like and love all of them. And I can totally see why our customers really enjoy our people, because they are all awesome.
We love our kitchen, and we got to test it out right away. All of the construction wrapped right before the holidays. So we got to entertain, and everyone could be in there. The flow was so good, which was a big part of our concern, having it open and everyone able to travel back and forth. We had our first party, our confirmation party here, and people were in and out of the kitchen and the dining room, and it was great. It was really great. Yeah, I just keep thinking our washing machine situation is terrible. We're going down there, and then we're bringing the stuff up to the attic. I bet Karr Bick could figure something out. So yeah, we would use them again. Not in our kitchen, because our kitchen's perfect, and we don't want to move forever. So yeah, for another project, we would definitely use them again.